All right, what is up? What is up? So it is currently Tuesday evening at 7:41 p.m. and we're making our first edition of this vlog. But yeah, I just wanted to check in and kind of go over what the objectives are for this week. So last night I had Bible study with my big Bible study. Great time. Great just hearing the word of God, man, and just being around that many great guys. But yeah, this week, so our main objectives are studying for the EA because I have my first test next Tuesday. So I've finished all of the content, so it's just review mode and just continuous, just practicing problems. So doing that, I want to get my info products up and running. So I think I'm going to set them up on Gumroad. So I'm going to write several different ebooks that will be for different industries, specific strategies for those industries, and I'll sell all of those for a certain price. And yeah, so gonna do that. I want to kind of work on revamping my website. I think right now it's too wordy. So I'll take y'all through how I'm gonna redo that. And yeah, those are the main focuses this week. Other than that, a couple client work things that I need to handle, and yeah, posting content, filming content, the usual stuff. So yeah, busy week. Got a meeting with one of the guys who's kind of like a mentor to me on Thursday. Gonna grab a cup of coffee. And yeah, let's get after it, people. Let's have a week. Keep crushing it. Just keep showing up, staying consistent. So I think that one of the biggest misconceptions that I've found with people who want to go into entrepreneurship and people who want to be a business owner is that people think that leaving a 9 to 5 means you're getting out of the 8 hour workday, that you're getting out of being stuck to 8 hours of work a day. And I just want to be the first one to warn you or make you aware of the fact that that is far from the truth. When you commit to the life of entrepreneurship and you commit to being the sole provider, the sole source of your income, meaning your income depends on your input of what you put into your business, you're going from an 8 hour workday, so 9 to 5, 8 hours, to 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like, you're going to have to put in these crazy days where you're working 12, 14 hours if you truly want to build something great. Now, is every day going to be like that? No. Don't let people think that every day that you're spending working 12, 14 hours a day. There's seasons for it. 1000% there's seasons for it. And I'm in one of those right now where I'm working heavily. But there's also times where you have to sit back, reset, reevaluate your plan and everything like that. So it's a balance that you definitely get to strike. The freedom isn't found in the hours worked, but it's in the passion of the project that you're working on and the fact that you're working for yourself. This route of entrepreneurship is very fulfilling. You do get freedom as you get to make your own schedule, you get to work on what you want, as I mentioned. But this route is a risk, and if you don't work like your life depends on it, which it literally does, if this is your only source of income, your life and your well-being literally depends on your amount of work input and efficiency with that work. So if you don't work like your life depends on it, the world will chew you up and spit you out. And it will show you that hard work is the key to being successful in life. Being consistent is the key to being successful in life. So if you're not willing to be consistent with your hard work and consistently put in that hard work, the world's going to show you a tough time. That was just something I wanted to make you aware of as you're watching these videos. And I feel like a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this as well, paint entrepreneurship as this freedom passion project, which it is. but not in the sense of hours worked. You're still going to be sitting at a desk, locked at a desk, creating, if you're going to create something special. Right now, I'm working on creating a long form educational video that will serve as almost a video version of my free ebook. And it'll be another lead magnet for the business, and hopefully the people will go from short form content where they get nurtured and introduced to the brand to the long form content where they will become qualified leads and become interested in the services, and from there they will book sales calls. So that's what we're doing right now, getting into the creative side a little bit with the Miro board, and yeah, see how it turns out. Alright, so got my apron on, just got done eating, gotta protect the clothes. As you can see, I'm packing up, so this wasn't something I was going to do originally, but now I am actually going to be going to a retreat this weekend. It's a men's worship retreat, men's Christian retreat, and you know, it was something that I said no to the first 2 times, and then I had another third person tell me I should go, and you know, when God comes knocking 3 times, you don't say no. So we're packing up and we're going that way. And yeah, about an hour and a half drive. Got to get on the road pretty quickly because it starts at 6:30 and it's currently about to be 5. So got to get rolling. Let's get it, people. So as I'm driving to this retreat, I'm listening to Winning by Tim Grover. I recently finished Relentless by him, and now I'm listening to his second book called Winning. And he asked at the beginning of the book for you to give your definition of winning. And the answers that he said the greats give are very interesting. And the one that sticks out is the one that he said was Kobe Bryant's answer, which was everything. Kobe Bryant said winning is everything. Now, I think that when you hear this, you should think winning is everything at my craft. There's more things in life than winning. And there's a balance to that, but you have to be very careful about that. For me, for instance, winning is everything in my business, but above that is my faith, right? And you have to be able to split the two and remember which one is actually number one and which one goes on top of everything. But him saying that just had me thinking about how winning is everything in business, winning is everything in sports for him. And if you're gonna do that, especially in your 20s, man, there's just no such thing as a work-life balance. Entrepreneurship is a full-time commitment. You can't half do entrepreneurship and expect to be a winner, expect to dominate everybody. And I think that that's where a lot of people get confused. It was the CEO of Palantir, I believe, that said he's never seen somebody that reaches the pinnacle of success in their field and has a social life. So I think that it's just this thing that, like, you gotta understand you're gonna have to make sacrifices, you're gonna have to make changes to the way that you live, and you can't have balance. People preach balance, 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 especially in your 20s, and that's just not the reality of it. If you want to be a true, relentless winner, balance is just not in the equation. And it's going to upset people. People are going to be upset that you're not hanging out with them. People are going to be confused as to why you're living the way you are, but that's okay, because you're not trying to be like them. Another person that Tim Grover talks about is Michael Jordan, who is his most famous client, obviously, and Michael was trying to be like himself. Everybody else was trying to be like Mike. And I think that that's just what you have to realize, is that if you want to be one of the greats, you can't try and be like everybody else. You can't live like everybody else. You have to be the best version of yourself, and that's the end of it. And yeah, man, that's just how it is. You either choose to live it up in your 20s and, you know, enjoy your 20s, be that awesome guy at the local bar that everybody thinks is just so awesome till he turns 28 and they realize he's a freaking loser that still works a 9 to 5 and drives a Mazda and hasn't done anything to advance his family or anything like that. Or you can work it up in your 20s and build the life that you're going to be proud of, and a life that will lead you to true fulfillment, because you'll get to enjoy all of God's creation. And I don't know, man, the latter sounds a whole lot better to me than spending the weekends at the bar, at my local bar. Personally, I'd rather travel the world and see God's creation and enjoy it with my future family and be able to bless others with the blessings that I've been given. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I'm going to be a winner in my life.
Was to lace his shoes before every game, fresh out of the box. The ritual had special meaning to him. Every time he did it, he could remember that.
To the Father, slow, 'cause I have decided.
So I'm back from the retreat that I went to, and man, it was a blessing. I initially had said no to going twice, but then another person who is kind of like a big brother to me, I might have already mentioned this in this video, but another guy who's kind of like a big brother to me pushed me to go, told me to go. And so I finally said, okay, God's knocking 3 times. I'm not going to deny him a third. And so I went, man, and it was just powerful. God was, you could feel his presence in the room. Holy Spirit was moving people, and man, it was just powerful. It was truly powerful. I'm really glad that I ended up going, and definitely helped shape my life in a better way. Just being surrounded by such great men and just being challenged as a man to be a Christian leader in society where it's so dark now. And yeah, man, what a great weekend. But anyways, we're back at the desk, back working, and currently what I am working on is essentially a masterclass for my tax education YouTube. And, you know, actually, I'll take y'all through it a little bit. So I apologize about the quality, but I just wanted to kind of show y'all actually what I'm doing. So I'm using a Miro board, and so what I'm doing is I'm basically taking my ebook that I created for free lead magnet, and I'm having ChatGPT help me to formulate it into a video, right? And from there, I'm turning it into a Miro board where I'll go through it on my iPad, start here, and we'll, you know, work through it and continue to work through it to show people in long form video how to save money on taxes, how to set up their business. And so it's nothing crazy, nothing, you know, groundbreaking, but I think that just having this ebook labeled onto my YouTube will really make a difference for me. And the reason for that is because if you have a long form lead magnet like this, I feel like it instantly builds trust with people, because they're like, oh, this guy can make a 20, 30, 40-minute video talking about his subject. He obviously is knowledgeable. And, you know, obviously if they want to watch it all, then they'll be able to see that, right? But, you know, if not, that's fine too. And so, yeah, I think it also helps with qualifying leads, because if somebody's going to go from your Instagram where you're kind of nurturing people more, then you're nurturing people more on Instagram than you are going for the actual sale, just because of the mindset of the people on there. But if you can get them onto the YouTube and they're watching the YouTube, they're going to be much more compelled to buy because they're in a much more, I want this done. I'm taking actionable steps out of my way, out of the dopamine hit of Instagram to get this done. And so, yeah, this is what I'm working on for the rest of the night. But we have a pretty big week this week. So this upcoming week is really big, and you'll definitely want to check out the next video. I'll be sure to, in the introduction, talk about what all we're going to be working on, what all is happening, and yeah, all the changes in life that are happening. So it's just really exciting, and I'm just super blessed to be in this position, and just, hoping that I answer the bell when God calls on me to use my knowledge, use my expertise, and use this business opportunity to glorify His kingdom. So, yeah, that's all I got for this week, people. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch back up with y'all next week. So, all love, HP, out.